Okay, we are going to work on November. So it's a cute little pie. It says pumpkin pie. I'm going to do pumpkin pie, this warm sunset orange. And then I'm going to do the pie crust like a burlap, but then I'm going to flow over like a nice brown to give it like the toasted look. I think I'm going to paint these brown. And then this will be, let's do this orange too. And then the background, I think I'm going to do Williamsburg blue. So this is burlap color match from Deco Art that I got at Home Depot. And then I think I'm going to use milk chocolate to float. Yep, that's what I'm going to do. All right, I'm going to start with, I'm a messy painter, guys, it's okay. Let's start with Williamsburg blue. And you don't have to color or paint where the pie is going because it'll be covered, but you can if you desire. I usually like to just kind of hold the round in spots like that. And then I don't know that this is going to require a second coat, but we'll let this dry and we'll figure it out. So I'm going to paint pumpkin pie with warm sunset. And the heart. This will definitely need at least another coat. Yep. Okay. And then burlap for the pie. I usually paint with a heavy hand, so I really like this tool to go back in and clean out the lines that are engraved. I got this at the dollar store. Oops, just jumped the track. That's okay, because I'm just going to wipe my... I find wiping it out like that fills back in with what paint's on there, and then I'll just go back over it. Okay, and then I'm going to use milk chocolate for this, and then we'll use it to float. So I just need a little bit of that. Need to get a new piece of tape. You can also just lightly brush the brown on and give it like a whitewash look, but I think that looks perfect. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and let this dry. Okay, I went ahead and put another coat of orange on there, or what is it called? Warm Sunset. Get a new piece of tape. And I'm gonna float on these. All right, so I'm gonna use the chocolate or milk chocolate. So I get my paintbrush nice and wet, and then I put it on a, see this? Put it on my baby wipe, and then I just watch the water like soak up. You can see the sheen kind of vibrate, because you don't want too much water on your angle brush when you float. And then I just get a little bit of paint on the tip, and then I'll work it into my paintbrush like that, but I usually do it on my paint palette thing. I use aluminum foil. And then I'm just gonna float along the edge, give it a nice toasted look. I feel like I need a little bit more water. And I'm not a pro at this by any means. I've definitely done my fair share of practicing to do this. These are just what works for me. And if you guys have any tips, tricks, and whatnot, feel free to share. All right, so then I'm gonna do the same thing along the pie crust. So rinsing out my brush, adding some water, soaking up the water, getting the corner of my angle brush, and then going along the edges here. I definitely have days that I cannot float to save my life. So I'll use like a sponge and do kind of like an ombre effect, which I'll show you in one of these tutorials. And just like that. I think that's good. Move my paint to the side, we'll use it later. I think this looks pretty perfect. I'm not gonna work on, or put another second coat on there. But, yep. And if you guys don't use these little seed looking things in the pie, you wanna make sure to paint the background of the pie. But I'm gonna use those. So let's glue this together. It's a pretty quick little paint job here. Line it up with the score lines. And if you can't get your fingers to work with you can always use tweezers. And I'm just going to put a little bit of glue on the bottom of each one of these and then place them in. Tweezers would probably work for this instance. Love it. Okay, words. You can just sprinkle some glue on it like this, a little bit everywhere, and then put it down on your paper to get the excess off. Line it up. Or you can put it on a sponge and then put the glue on like that. Oop, not enough glue. Or too much glue on my hands. I'm a messy painter, guys. And then my heart, I'm just gonna put right there. Cute. All right, I think I'm gonna add some dots to the heart. All right, 1, 2, 3, just like that. And then let's add some around the words. 1, 2, 3. Let's go with 4. Cute. Love it. All right, there's that one.